What if everything you see, touch, and feel isn't real? What if your entire life, your memories, your emotions, are just lines of code inside a massive simulation? This might sound like a sci-fi movie, but leading scientists and philosophers say it could be true. The truth about our reality might be far stranger than we ever imagined. So buckle up, because we're about to pull back the curtain on the universe itself. Let's start with a mind-bending idea from philosopher Nick Bostrom, known as the simulation hypothesis. It's a simple, yet terrifyingly logical argument. First, assume that a technologically advanced civilization, far beyond our own, could exist somewhere in the universe. It's not a huge leap, right? Now, imagine this civilization has computing power so immense they could create a simulation of an entire universe, complete with conscious beings who can think, feel, and believe they are real. These simulated beings wouldn't have any idea they're inside a computer program. They would go about their lives, just like us, convinced their reality is the only one. Here's the kicker. If it's possible to create even one of these simulations, that advanced civilization would likely run not just one, but thousands, maybe even billions of them, for scientific research, for historical exploration, or maybe just for entertainment. So, if there are billions of simulated realities and only one base reality, what are the odds that we are in that single original universe? Statistically, it's almost zero. The numbers game suggests we are overwhelmingly likely to be one of the countless simulated consciousnesses, living out our lives inside a cosmic hard drive. Think about it. For every single real person in the original world, there could be billions of simulated people like us. Suddenly, the question isn't, could we be in a simulation, but how could we asterisk, not asterisk be? If we are living in a simulation, you'd expect to see some glitches, right? Little errors in the code. Well, what if we've already seen them and just calling them by different names? Take the Mandela effect, for example. This is a phenomenon where a large group of people collectively misremembers a specific fact or event. Do you remember the Berenstain Bears being spelled with an E? Bear in menos, así menos, de menos, y menos, y menos, y menos, any. Millions of people swear they do, but it's always been bear nestia yon. Or what about the famous line from Star Wars? Did Darth Vader say, "Luke, I am your father"? Nope. He said, "No, I am your father." Could these shared false memories be a sign of the simulation's code being updated or patched, with some of us retaining fragments of the old version? Then there's the strange feeling of déjà vu, that eerie sensation you've experienced a moment before. We often dismiss it as a trick of the brain, but what if it's more? What if it's the program repeating a sequence? Or you accidentally accessing a cached memory from a previous run of the simulation? It's a fleeting moment, but it feels profoundly real, like a crack in the fabric of reality. But the most compelling evidence comes not from our psychology, but from physics' vetted rules that govern our universe. For centuries, we believed the world was made of solid, tangible stuff. But quantum physics has turned that idea on its head. When you zoom in to the subatomic level, matter isn't solid at all. Particles exist in a haze of probabilities, a cloud of potential, and only snap into a definite state when they are observed. This is called the observer effect. Doesn't that sound suspiciously like how a video game works? The game only renders the part of the world the player is looking at to save processing power. Is our reality doing the same thing? Is the universe only rendering matter when a conscious observer rushes there to look at it? It seems our reality is less like a collection of physical objects and more like a stream of information, a series of calculations. At its most fundamental level, the universe behaves like computer code. You might think this is all just wild speculation, but some of the brightest minds on the planet are taking this idea very seriously. Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, has famously said that the odds we are asterisk, not asterisk, living in a simulation are 1 in billions. He argues that if you look at the progression of video games, from Pong to photorealistic virtual reality in just a few decades, the trajectory is clear. Sooner or later, we will create simulations that are indistinguishable from reality, and if we can do it, someone else has probably already done it. He's not alone. Neil deGrasse Tyson, one of the most famous astrophysicists in the world, puts the odds at 50-50. He points out that if we are part of a simulation, we'd likely be incapable of ever proving it for sure. Any test we could devise would be part of the simulation itself, governed by the very rules we're trying to break. It's like a character in a video game trying to figure out if they in a video game. Their tools for discovery are all part of the game's code. Physicist James Gates has even found what looks like computer error correcting code embedded in the equations of that describe our universe. Why would our universe need error correcting code unless it was a program that needed to keep itself from crashing? The evidence is stacking up, and the conclusion is both fascinating and unsettling. We might just be digital ghosts in a grand cosmic machine. So, let's go down the rabbit hole a little further. If this world is a simulation, what does that mean for us? This question pushes us beyond science and into the realm of philosophy and spirituality. Who or what is running it? Is it a future version of humanity studying their ancestors? Is it an alien species? Or is it something so far beyond our comprehension that we can't even begin to label it? Is this creator benevolent? Or are we just pawns in a game like characters in The Sims? And what is the purpose of it all? Are we being tested? Is this life a moral or spiritual trial where our choices are being recorded and judged? Perhaps this simulation is a training ground, designed to teach our souls certain lessons before we level up to a higher reality. Or maybe the purpose is much simpler and far more chilling. Maybe we're just part of a massive science experiment to see how a universe evolves. These questions are profound, but the biggest one of all is this. What happens when the simulation ends? Does the program just shut down and everything, you, me, the stars, all of history blinks out of existence in an instant? Or is there something else? Is there a game over screen? Do we wake up? This is where the fear creeps in. The idea that everything we love, every memory we cherish, could be wiped from a cosmic hard drive is terrifying. But there's another way to look at it. Maybe the end isn't an end at all. Maybe it's a beginning. What if this life, this reality, is just a tutorial? What if all the struggles, the joys, the heartbreaks, and the triumphs are designed to forge us into something more? The simulation theory doesn't have to be a source of dread. It can be a source of liberation. If this is a game, why not play it to the fullest? Why not be the hero of your own story? So I'll leave you with this final, powerful thought. What if waking up from the simulation doesn't mean our world disappears? What if waking up means realizing the truth about who you really are? Perhaps we are not just the characters in the game, but also a tiny piece of the player. Perhaps the true reality is something more grand, more connected, and more beautiful than we can possibly imagine from inside this digital world. What do you think? Are we living in a simulation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if this video blew your mind, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of our reality. Thanks for watching.